Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jocelyn. Let me get comfortable here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I'm pretty sure you're clicking on this video because one, you're really curious about how much I'm gonna be spending for my wedding, or two, you want some tips on how to spend smart, how to do some smart spending for your wedding, or just to see if you and I can relate on the same budgeting for our wedding. Now, one, I'm really out of breath. So another thing is, sorry if this seems very rehearsed, sorry if I'm talking really fast. I just tend to talk really fast, but it may seem rehearsed just because I did film this video 4 days ago, and when I went in to go and edit my video, all the footage was gone. So here I am redoing it, and I'm kind of actually happy that I'm redoing it because all the footage from my last one was like very close up, so you guys are a little pushed back today. We are just big chilling here in front of our couch. We're going to talk about all about budgeting. I love talking about finances, and now especially more because this is finances for my wedding. Congratulations if you're engaged. I hope this can be relatable to you, and if it doesn't, I hope you find someone that is relatable for you, because I think any girl that's planning their own wedding and doesn't have a wedding coordinator or just budgeting for their wedding need somebody to be related to for money wise. You get me? Do you get me? Okay, let's get started. So I'm just gonna let you guys know first and foremost for our wedding budget, and this whole video I'm just gonna be straight up and honest with you guys. I'm gonna give you guys real numbers and just let you guys know the direction that we're taking in for our wedding, so you guys can compare yourselves to us or see what works for you guys or what doesn't work for you guys. But I'm going to give you guys all the realness. I'm not going to hold back. I'm sorry if you guys think that putting out numbers for your personal wedding is like too much, but I just want to be honest. I feel like not a lot of people post financial videos and like wedding budget videos or give like real numbers. Honestly, I feel like they don't, and I want to be that person that can do that for you guys because I think it's very informative. So yeah, all the realness all here. If you guys like these type of videos, just know we just got engaged 2 months ago, so we have 5 months left to our wedding, and that means we have 5 months worth of wedding videos. So there's a lot in store and planned, but let's just jump right in. Okay, so first and foremost, let me just tell you guys how much our wedding budget is going to be. And our wedding budget is going to be anywhere from $16,000 to $20,000. So to some of you guys that are watching this, that may be a lot, and to some of you guys that may be a little bit. Everyone has their own personal preference, what they're willing to spend for their big wedding day. This budget is, like I said, it's not like just $20,000 or $16,000 or $17,000 or whatever. We do want to save as much money as we can, but we also have to be realistic. My fiance and we need to be realistic on how much everything costs. I can give you guys some numbers right now because there are some stuff that have been put down already. So far in our wedding budget, $10,000 has gone to our wedding venue. So to us, that was like our max. Like, we don't want to go any further more than $10,000. And thank God the wedding venue that we have is actually an all-inclusive package. So it comes with the servers, the food, it comes with the toast, it comes with 6 hours worth of the venue time, and just basically everything that a wedding needs, like reception and venue and reception and ceremony and all of that. So $10,000 is going towards our venue. So that already takes up a big chunk of our money, and that's what's probably going to take up the biggest chunk for you guys. Our DJ, he's actually a preferred vendor from our venue, and so he's charging us $2,000 for DJing all night, photo booth for 3 hours, and all of our lighting. To me, that's a deal because sometimes just DJs alone are like $2,000, and we also wanted to do a photo booth, which photo booths always run probably like $1,800. I mean, photo booths can be as much as you want it to be honest. You can create your own photo booth and have them take pictures with their own cameras, but we actually wanted a photo booth, and that is included with it, and that was $2,000. Wedding coordinator, she was $925, I think 900 and something dollars. She is something that we wanted to make sure that we did have. But we didn't need a wedding planner to plan with us from our engagement all the way into our wedding, but we did need someone for the day of, because I'm not about to have my wedding be chaos. We needed someone to be there making sure that everything's run smoothly, and I didn't want to stress about that. I didn't want my family to stress about that, or my fiance or my husband or whatever whatever he's gonna be to me. But I didn't want any of us to be stressing. I wanted every guest to enjoy being there. So we made sure that we had a coordinator. Now this coordinator is awesome because she also is going to be doing setup for us. So we don't, I mean, I don't know if coordinators typically do setup. Correct me if I'm wrong. But she was the one and only coordinator that I spoke to, and she does setup for us too. So we're just gonna give her everything that we need, or everything that we want for decorations, and she's gonna go ahead and do the whole thing. And I believe she has an assistant with her, so shoot, $1,000 for 2 people, I think that's pretty great. That's $13,000 that we've spent. That leaves us about $3,000 to $7,000 left in our budgeting, and the rest is all the minor details. So you guys know what kind of wedding we're planning on having, just to see if you guys are gonna do the same for yours, or more or less, whatever. But for our wedding, we're doing the typical wedding, you know, reception, venue, plated service, DJing, lighting outside, centerpieces, like everything as a typical wedding would have. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm looking for deals. I'm not gonna sit here and just say that I'm just getting whoever and whatever the prices is, like I'm okay with it. No. So that is what where we're at with our wedding currently, and that is our budgeting. So any other questions, you guys feel free to DM me. I just don't want to make this video too lengthy because I can ramble a lot. So, oh, and one thing I do want to mention about our wedding budget is that me and Gabriel were not the only people paying for this wedding. Our parents, both of his parents, my parents, they are blessing us and they're helping us with the weddings. I'm really blessed that our parents are helping us. And then also we got our photographer and our videographer gifted to us from a very close friend. So we're blessed that we saved like $2,500, maybe even more than that, for photography and videography. So that is where we're at with our finances for this wedding. Now let's go into the financial habits that Gabriel and I have currently started changing for this wedding, because let me tell you, because weddings are so expensive, and Gabriel and his income and my income aren't like huge, like we're not over here millionaires, so we really have to change our financial habits. Let me get into those, okay? So the first big one that we have changed is sinking funds. I'm not going to sit here and go into sinking funds and exactly what they are. I will recommend the budget mom, I think her name is. I'll put her Instagram here, and I'll also link her down below in her YouTube channel. Just so informative on all of her finances and how she does everything. So check her videos down below, because that's where I got the idea of doing sinking funds for our wedding. But in my interpretation, sinking funds is basically just envelopes that are dedicated to a certain event for the wedding. So for example, we have a sinking fund for our honeymoon. So we have envelopes, I think we have about 8 different envelopes right now, with the name of what we're saving it for, and then plus the amount that we're trying to save for. And every time that we get paid, we're pulling out cash and we're adding money into each of those envelopes. And the purpose of it, for us at least, is that if we need to pull money for our honeymoon because we want to book a luau or something like that, we're going to be going to Hawaii, so I'm excited for that. But if we want to pull money from our honeymoon fund, or if we want to pay for a luau, we will go into our honeymoon envelope and pull from there. That way, that like we're not just kind of pulling from our bank accounts and not really organizing our finances. This is the best way for us to organize them. And so our sinking funds, we currently have about like 8 of them, and we're just filling them all up as much as we can with cash. And then whenever we need to use them, we're going to pull from those specific dedicated ones to that specific thing, if that makes sense. If not, check out the budget mom down below. Cutting back is a general thing, but we have just cut back from, like I said, getting our Starbucks and, you know, shopping so much at Target. We still take care of what we need to take care of, all of our bills, and then like groceries and stuff. But we just have cut back from the luxuries of like going on our big old expensive date. We're spending a lot of time sitting on the couch and just watching Netflix, or spending time with his family, spending time with my family. But we're cutting back as much as we can because we know it's all going to be worth it for the wedding. So that's another financial habit that we did. Another one is our savings account. So when Gabriel and I do get married, we are planning on combining our bank accounts, combining finances. His income is my income and my income is his income. That's the way that we are planning on doing it. So if you're not, then you can totally skip through this part. But we are planning on joining our accounts and joining finances together as husband and wife. So right now we're practicing that and kind of like building another trust for each other with our money. And we both have a savings account together currently, and that money we're just dedicating it towards after the wedding. But we are starting to put money into that savings account, so that's another financial habit that we're doing. And then the last financial habit that we have done is we stopped paying big chunks off of our credit card. We are currently just paying our minimum. That way we can spend more, that way we can save more money. So we're transferring more money into our savings account than we are putting towards our credit cards. That's just how we're planning on doing it right now. Once we get married, then we will go back to putting off chunks, but we're focusing more on paying off this wedding, or paying this wedding, and saving all of our money. So last but not least, I just want to give you guys all my tips that I have for you guys for budgeting for your wedding and just finances overall for your wedding. One thing I do recommend, that if you are currently in a relationship that you guys already have had the conversations of getting married, and it just seems like it's totally going to be in your future, I highly recommend that you guys start saving money before you're engaged. I'm not saying to go and open up a savings account together, or to put all of his money in your savings account or all of your money in his savings account. Save separately, because God forbid though, if something happens in that relationship and it doesn't work out, you still have your money and he still has his. But I would start saying that if you guys sit down and just talk about putting $10, $20 away for a wedding, I would say save as much as you guys can. I wish Gabriel and I had done this. We were talking about getting married for like years, but never did we really take it that seriously to the point that we started saving money before we were engaged. But I wish we did, because then now, like right now that we're spending money, we wouldn't have to be spending from our current paychecks, and we could have just been like in advance saving money for our home and stuff like that. You get me? And then also on top of that, once you get engaged, and it depends on how long from your engagement to like your wedding date you guys get married. Say for example, like Gabriel and I got engaged in December and we're getting married in August. Right away we had to get our venue, and for that you need money to put the deposit down. So if you guys already have money saved prior to the engagement, then once you guys are engaged, you guys can combine that and just start putting deposits down and not really have to worry that everything's getting booked up for when you guys do want to get engaged. That was a lot. That was a mouthful. Another way to save on money is thrifting. I feel like this is like, to some people it's going to be like, wow, Jocelyn, you're being really cheap. And to some people it's going to be like, wow, that's a really great idea. But I just want to give you guys an example. Like, here's a photo of some signs that Gabriel and I really want to have at our wedding. And I've looked on Michael's and Hobby Lobby and all of those general like decor stores, and all of them are running like $75. Okay, and now here was our great idea. The way that we want our wedding and our centerpieces and our like overall like aesthetic of the wedding, we can find so much of that in the thrift stores, and we know it. So what we have been doing is going to the thrift stores, and we have been purchasing those types of frames, and we're just spray painting them. I want to do a whole dedicated video onto our DIYs for the our wedding, so I won't go too into it. But thrift as much as you guys can. If you guys if you guys really don't want to spend so much money on decor, go into your thrift stores and see what you guys can find, because you guys would be really surprised on all the stuff that you can find. But you have to be kind of creative. So when you go to the thrift store, don't just look at it like, oh, that ugly rusty frame. Like, no, think about it like, okay, let me clean this up and spray paint it. That's how you have to think about it. Okay, like this kind of goes hand in hand with the thrifting, but try to DIY a lot of stuff. If you guys don't want to spend money on hiring a decorator, then try to DIY mainly all of your stuff. That way you guys save yourself like the labor, because if you hire someone to do your wedding decorations or your wedding signs or whatever, your wedding stuff, then you also have to think about that not only are you going to be paying for the product and all of that, you're also going to be paying for their time. So that will save you guys a lot of money if you decide just to DIY a lot of your wedding stuff. And then, oh, my last tip for you guys is, if you guys don't have a big budget, but you guys kind of want to have like the typical wedding like Gabriel and I are having, where you have the DJ and you have, you know, the coordinator and all of that stuff, I want to say hire college students or any beginners in that field, a photographer or a videographer. See if there's any at your local college that are looking just for a job, because you need to know something is that like those college students need someone to give them an opportunity to start their work. You could be their first client and they're not going to charge you that much. Honestly, a lot of people just charge a lot of money in their field because of their experience. But if you hire like a photographer that is new in college, or they just finished college or something and they majored in photography, I would say hire them if you're trying to save money, because one, it's gonna feel good that you're gonna be able to say that like you were their first client, you're the one that gave them the opportunity. But it goes hand in hand, because then you're not spending so much money on your photographer and your videographer. That is honestly all that I have for you guys. If you guys have any other questions, curious about anything that I didn't talk about in this video, feel free to comment down below or to follow me on Instagram and DM me. I will answer, trust me, I will not hold back from you guys. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys are excited for more wedding series videos to come. So much is already like in my head planned, and I just can't wait till they come to flourish. So subscribe, and also if you guys want to keep your notifications on, I'm gonna be uploading a lot, hopefully. I will hopefully be uploading a lot, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm so sorry if I talked way too much. Bye guys.